Hey everybody, welcome back. Now, one of the most basic preps you can do to keep your house, your family, and your homestead safe is install a smoke alarm. Well, today we have a 2-for-1. This is the Xsense smoke alarm and carbon monoxide detector. Alright everybody, welcome back. Now, the benefits of a smoke detector, we've known those for years. You know, there's smoke in the house, you're sleeping, it alerts you, wakes you up, and gets you out the door. But what about a carbon monoxide detector? Well, this particular model here, this is Xsense, an Xsense SC03, and I did get this to replace my smoke alarm and carbon monoxide detector out here in my garage. This unit here can do both. Okay, it meets all of the UL standards for the United States and the EU. And the neat part about this is it has a 10-year battery inside. So that ensures 24/7 protection with the safety for your whole family. And when it's done, you throw it out. It's that simple. But there are so many benefits to not only having the smoke detector, but also the carbon monoxide detector, especially for people like us, preppers, survivalists, homesteaders, stuff like that. Any gas-fired appliance. A wood stove, a camp stove indoor, gas water heaters, even your fireplace, if it's not properly vented, can be a concern. Now, carbon monoxide, for those that don't know, is a deadly threat, especially for us folks, because we use a lot of combustions of types of fuels in an emergency, like wood, natural gas, gasoline, diesel, kerosene. You can think of all the stuff you'd use indoors during an emergency that maybe you're not vented enough for, or maybe it's not perfect. This will warn you of that. Carbon monoxide is dangerous because it's odorless, colorless, and tasteless. If exposed to your body, it prevents your body from transporting oxygen. So in short order, it could wipe you out and you wouldn't even know it. Because it's invisible and an odorless gas, it's the leading cause of accidental poisoning deaths in America. We always hear during storms, oh, the family brought their generator inside and turned it on. Well, that's what they died from, carbon monoxide poisoning. So even if you're not smart enough not to bring your generator in, at least this will let you know something's wrong. It'll also alert you if there's a fire, okay? So we are going to test it out, but I want to give you a little bit of info on it. Now, like I said in the beginning, it's got a 10-year battery life. So this combination detector has a built-in lithium battery. You've got 10 years of monitoring. Once you turn it on, there is no turning it off. And we'll explain that with the mounting hardware in a second, because that actually does correlate to the mounting hardware. You just leave it on. When you get its end-of-life signal, we'll explain that later, you just replace it, and that's it. The unit costs $30. I mean, that's not bad for 10 years of protection. And as you can see, this is what it looks like in the front and back. Let me explain to you the on button here. It comes set off. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. It's got it off. You move it to on. And then when it starts giving you its end-of-life signal, you take this little piece of plastic here, a gray piece of plastic, flip it up, and move it to deactivate. Never move it to deactivate until you're done with it, until it's giving you its end-of-life signal. Once it goes to deactivate, it's no longer useful. It's done. Now, why I'm telling you about the buttons on the back is because you have a mount with it. This is the mount that comes with it. When you put it in this mount, and it's even written on here, if you can see it, there we go. Once assembled, the device can no longer be switched off. When you put it in this mount, it will turn it on. This is what you're going to put in the wall. And we're going to mount this later too. Once you put this in, once you snap your detector in here, and it does just snap itself in, once you snap it in there, you'll hear a click. That means it's turned on, and there's no turning it off. So just a little heads up on that. If you're not ready to use it right away, if you want to wait a month or two before you install it, don't put it in this and try to use it. It does come with mounting hardware here as well. So you get all that, and it's a really nice system. It looks really, really well when installed. It looks really nice. Now, it's got different type of alarm patterns for carbon monoxide or smoke. Smoke alarm is going to be 3 long beeps every 1.5 seconds, and with the red LED flashing on top here. The CO alarm is going to be 4 quick beeps every 5.8 seconds, again with the red LED on here flashing. Now, it's got a very high accuracy and sensitivity. This carbon monoxide and fire alarm is equipped with photoelectric and electrochemical CO sensors They work independently of each other. So it'll let you know if one or the other is detected. And you don't have to worry about, oh wait, there's no fire, so it's going to go off for CO. Oh, maybe it's just a fire. They work separately. They work totally separately inside the unit itself. So they will both trigger at the same time if the situation exists for both of them to trigger. The test silence button on the front here is real simple. We're going to test it, so cover your ears. Let me silence it. And there you go. It'll beep again. There you go. So it's ready to go now. It'll beep, I think, one more time. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's ready. There you go. It does it twice. So it's easy to check and see. If you want to check this, it's got an alarm tone over 85 dB, so it'll instantly alert your whole household, even those in their sleep. Now, it's easy to install. Like I showed you, we are going to install it. But what I'd like to do first is test it out with smoke. Now, obviously, I'm not going to create a dangerous environment in here with carbon monoxide, but smoke testing should be good enough for us today just to make sure it works. And by the way, they do sell a product that is basically canned carbon monoxide for testing purposes. It's made by Solo. I believe it's called Solo C6. If you really want to test it, you stick this in a bag, you'll spray the Solo C6 in there and seal it up, and you can see how well it works. But we're just going to test it today with some smoke. So let me get all that set together. I got a little indoor wood fire I'm going to burn, and don't do this at home if you're not prepared. But I do have a little bit of a smoky kind of indoor wood fire I'm going to start in a little metal container, and we're going to see how well it picks up the smoke. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a little bit of fire inside that pot. I have some plastic in there and some old charcoal type stuff, and burned up old pieces of wood from my last stove fire. I'm going to try to make this a smoky one. Now remember, if you're doing this indoors and testing, please have safety precautions. I have my side door open, of course. I have a fire extinguisher right nearby. So, what I'm doing in here is fairly safe, but make sure you test this outside if you've never done this before. I'm going to try and start this up. Get some smoke going here. Lots of plastic and that type of stuff burning. Let's see if that sets it off. There we go. There we go. All right. So it's definitely working. Let's turn it off. There we go. It's definitely working. Definitely picked it up. I was getting a little worried there in the beginning. I was like, you would think that would be enough to set it off, but it did work. So I'm going to put this out, and I'll bring you guys right back. And just a side note, as I was putting it out, it went off again. So it definitely works. All right, so you see it works, obviously. Even after I was inside rinsing out that pot that I had all the smoldering stuff in, it started to go off again. So definitely does pick up smoke very well. I'm going to be mounting this over on the other side of my room. So I'll show you what I'm going to do here, and we'll show you what it looks like when it's done. All right, so you see the little piece of wood I'm going to be sticking this in. Again, I'm kind of back you out a little bit to let you look. That's my door into my garage, and that is that little piece of wood that I'm going to be mounting it into. I'm probably only going to use 2 of the screws here. That's fine, and then we'll snap it in place, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, that's simple. You just screw that into the wall, slide it into place. It'll snap into that outside holding. I didn't exactly get it straight. Oh well, it's just really a smoke detector. I don't care if it's upside down, straight, or sideways, as long as it's there. But definitely a cool little item. So I'm going to take you back over to the box and tell you where you can get it and give you some more information on it. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up really quick. These are $30.01, so $30. I do have a link down below where you can pick one up. They are a fairly handy little item. Definitely something that preppers should think about, especially with all the wood stoves and gas-fired appliances we might be using in our home. Definitely a handy item to have, as well as the added benefit of having a smoke detector in it as well. And we saw that worked very, very well. It did have me worried there for a sec when I was burning that, and there was all that smoke coming on it, and it didn't go off, but it finally went off. And then went off again when I was inside cleaning up the mess from that little pot that I had all the fire going in. So definitely a cool little system. Definitely something good for, using it inside your home if you have a lot of, if you have a fireplace that may not be properly vented, if you're using a lot of gas appliances, especially in your garage, things like that. Definitely a cool little item. So I will put a link down below where you can pick it up. I do have it in my store. You can also check out xsense.com. They have it there as well. Same price, nothing different. And don't forget to check out our Amazon affiliate store as well. If there's nothing in the store you like, just click that link and shop as you normally would. We really do appreciate that. Don't forget to check out our Food for Patriots link. That is preparewithiridium.com. I actually have a video coming up on some of their stuff soon. So don't forget to check it out. It's preparewithiridium.com. $100 off on a 4-week food kit right now. They're running a sale, so check it out. It's easy to use. Just basically set and forget. You get it in a nice Rubbermaid container type. I believe they had the smaller kit in an ammo can at one point. Mine's just in a big Rubbermaid container. You get it, you set it away, and you forget about it. Good for 25 years. All you need to do is store water with it because it is dehydrated. Anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.